How do you attract a young woman? Especially a modern young woman here in America. You are already over the age of 65. You have a career. You have a lifetime of experience. You have a beautiful home and a solid bank account. But why is she still indifferent toward you? Why does she treat you as a backup option? Why does she only text you when she needs something? Meanwhile, she is chasing after young men. Men who have nothing but instability and empty promises. Men who cannot even pay their rent this month. It sounds completely irrational, doesn't it, gentlemen? I understand. I truly understand that frustration deep inside your heart. The answer lies in the structure of attraction itself. You are not losing because you are not good enough. You are losing because you have never become the standard. You have not yet become the man she uses to measure all others. Today, I am giving you a very special gift. It is called the ghost anchor method. This technique will make every other man simply disappear. They will become meaningless in her eyes. You will be the only man she thinks about. Are you ready to take back your power? If you are, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It is just a small click, but it gives me so much energy to keep creating. Now, let us begin right away. In the first part, I want to talk to you about how to set the anchor inside her mind. Imagine the anchor of a great ship. It is heavy. It is dropped down to the floor of the ocean. It keeps the ship from drifting away in the open sea. It holds the ship in place, even during the fiercest storm. In psychology, the anchoring effect is incredibly powerful. Human beings tend to rely on the very first piece of information they receive to make all future judgments. That first impression decides everything that comes after it. So what is the biggest mistake older men make? It is giving compliments that are completely empty and recycled. You are so beautiful. You are so attractive. You look as pretty as a flower. She has heard those lines 1,000 times before. She hears them from young guys at the bar. She hears them from coworkers at the office. She even hears them from total strangers who slide into her direct messages. When you say those things, you become ordinary. It lowers your value the very moment the words leave your mouth. You turn yourself into just another man, a man with nothing special about him at all. So what do you do instead? You need to create a different kind of emotional anchor. Do not compliment her appearance. Compliment her mind. Do not compliment her skin. Compliment the way she sees the world. Say something like, I really admire the way you look at this issue. Say, that perspective of yours is genuinely unique. Say, I can tell you have a depth that is very rare these days. When you do this, she feels truly understood. For the very first time, someone is not looking at her like an object on display. This is a level of connection that young men simply cannot reach. They only see the body. But you see the soul. You are setting an entirely new standard, a standard of intelligence and depth, a standard of true maturity. From that moment on, she will start looking at other men differently. She will see them as shallow and noisy. She will see them as overgrown children, because you have already become the anchor inside her mind. Every other ship has to be measured against that anchor. Do you know what the sign is that the anchor has set in? She starts asking your opinion on everything. She wants your advice on her career. She asks you about the big decisions in her life. That is the moment you know you have won the first round. You are no longer the one chasing. You are now the one guiding her emotions and her reasoning. Now we move on to the most fascinating part. I call this part the ghost effect. The terrifying power of being absent at exactly the right moment. Why do I call it the ghost? Because you do not need to always be there. You do not need to be present at every single moment of her day. American men your age are often afraid of silence. You are afraid that if you do not text her, she will forget you. You are afraid that if you do not call, some other man will slip into the gap. But the reality is the complete opposite, my friends. Being too available is a deadly poison. What is cheap is never treasured. What is always available is never considered precious. That is an unbreakable law of human psychology. After a wonderful date, take a step back. Do not text her the moment you walk through your front door. Do not call her the next morning just to check in. Do not send a long, emotional message about how you feel. Let your absence do the work for you. This silence creates an enormous psychological pressure inside her. It pulls her into a loop of repeating thoughts. Why hasn't he called me yet? Is he busy with something important? Did I say something wrong on our date? Is he out with another woman right now? Curiosity is the prelude to obsession. It creates a bond stronger than any words ever could. It carves your image deeply into her mind. Be silent in a calm and elegant way. Do not explain yourself. Do not apologize for no reason. Do not say things like, "I am sorry I was so busy yesterday." Explanations are signs of weakness. When you do appear again, simply be yourself. No clinging. No making up for lost time. No need for reassurance. Just be natural, as if no silence had ever happened. The silence of a Stoic man is incredibly magnetic. It creates a mystery that women are desperate to uncover. It makes her believe that you have your own rich life, a full life that she wants to be invited into. Have you ever been afraid of silence? Please comment the word silence below if you have ever felt that way. I will show you how to overcome that fear. Now we come to the third part. This part is about contrast in love. The contrast between warmth and intensity. Many of you fall into the trap of being the nice guy. You are always kind. You agree with everything she says. Whatever she says, you nod along just to keep the peace. Whatever she likes, you try to like it too. This makes her feel safe. But it also makes her incredibly bored. Safe and boring eventually leads to her walking away. Real attraction comes from contrast. It is like playing a hand of cards where anything could happen. It is like standing at the edge of the ocean during a small storm. There is a touch of fear, but there is also a touch of thrill. Psychology calls this intermittent reinforcement. In English, that is intermittent reinforcement. Imagine a slot machine in Las Vegas. If it paid out money every single time, people would get bored very quickly. But because it pays out unpredictably, people become completely addicted to it. The emotions of a woman work in exactly the same way. You have to blend warmth with challenge. One moment tender, the next moment firm, the next moment mysterious. When you talk to her, do not always agree with everything she says. If she says something you think is wrong, push back gently. Say, "I find that point interesting, but I disagree with you." Say, "I think you are not seeing the full picture here." Say, "My experience has shown me the exact opposite." This sense of unfinished business is what makes her brain hold on to you. Women are always haunted by experiences that feel incomplete. She will think about that conversation all night long. She will want to see you again just to continue the debate. And here is another crucial secret. Be the one who ends the conversation first. Walk away when the emotion is at its highest peak. Do not wait until both of you have run out of things to say. Do not let the date fade away like a cup of cold coffee. Say, "I have to go now. I have something I need to handle." Smile, stand up, and leave with confidence. This creates a deep imprint inside her mind. She will look forward to the next meeting like an addict waiting for her next fix. She will count the days until she gets to see you again. Does this make sense to you? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would truly love to hear about your real-life experiences. Now we move on to the fourth part. This is a strategy I call the blue ocean. Most men are out there fighting in the red ocean. That is where they show off their money, show off their cars, show off their watches. That is where they bombard her with text messages from morning until night. They fight for every little crumb of her attention. They get jealous. They check up on her. They follow her everywhere. You do not need to do any of that at 65 years old. You are far too old for those childish games. Step into the blue ocean of emotional self-mastery. Your most powerful weapon is absolute calmness. That is something money cannot buy. That is something only time can forge. If she takes a long time to reply to your text, you stay completely calm. No double texting. No asking, "What are you up to right now?" No checking to see if she is online or not. No watching her Instagram story every single hour. This unshakable steadiness is something young men simply cannot have. Youth almost always comes with impulsiveness and instability. Young men do not know how to control their own emotions yet. Think about this metaphor for a moment. You are the sun. She is a planet. The planet is naturally pulled into the orbit of the sun. The sun does not have to chase anyone. The sun simply shines, and everything else moves around it. Never react strongly to her little tests. If she mentions another man, just smile. If she tries to make you jealous on purpose, stay calm. Say, "Oh, really? That sounds interesting," and then change the subject. That kind of confidence makes every other rival look like a child. She will see you as a safe harbor, but at the same time, she will see you as a tall mountain that is hard to climb. The combination of those two things creates a magnetic force that is almost impossible to resist. Now it is time for the most shocking truth of today's video. Please sit up straight. Take a deep breath in. Do you think young women are after the money in your wallet? Wrong, gentlemen. You are completely wrong about that. What they crave the most is your emotional control. The one thing they cannot find in men their own age. Young women in America are living in a world full of chaos. They are exhausted by the dating games of their own generation. They are sick of men who have no idea what they want. They are drained by guys who text them at midnight and then disappear. They hunger for a stability that their generation has never known. When you apply the ghost anchor method correctly, you are giving them exactly what they have been missing. You are giving them the steadiness of a mature man. You are giving them the mystery of a soul shaped by experience. You are giving them the leadership of a man who knows exactly who he is. You no longer have to try to attract her. You just have to become the best version of yourself. At that moment, she will be the one afraid of losing you. She will be the one putting in the effort to keep you around. She will be the one who reaches out first. She will be the one who gets anxious when you go silent. That is the moment when all the power lies in your hands. That is the moment the entire game flips. Now let me summarize the 4 main points for you. Please remember them very carefully. Point number 1. Set the anchor with deep internal value. Complement her mind, not her appearance. Point number 2. Use absence to create longing. Do not always be available. Disappear at exactly the right moment. Point number 3. Skillfully blend warmth with challenge. Do not be the man who is too nice and too boring. Point number 4. Hold on to your calmness through every emotional storm. Be the sun, not the planet. So what is the biggest lesson here? I want you to carve this into your heart forever. Attraction does not come from what you give away. It comes from what you keep for yourself. Do not be the man who is always available to everyone. Be the man who simply cannot be replaced. Do not be a book where every page can be read by anyone. Be a book where only the worthy ones are allowed to keep reading. What is my advice for you tonight? Stop explaining yourself so much through text messages. Turn off your phone for a few hours. Focus on your own real passions. A book. A game of chess. A workout at the gym. Let the ghost anchor begin its work inside her mind. Let your absence become the loudest voice in her thoughts. I truly believe this video has opened up a new perspective for you. A perspective that very few people dare to share with men your age. If you find this video helpful, please share it with a friend. And do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It is the fuel that keeps me creating deeper videos like this one. Please leave a comment below with this exact phrase, "I choose power." That way I know you are truly ready. I will read every single comment and respond to you personally. Thank you so much for listening to me all the way to this very moment. I will see you again in the next video. I wish you strength and power, always. Goodbye, and I will see you soon.